Hi boys and girls, it's me. And I'm in the lair. And I'm sure most of you are probably curious of what followed me home from the auction. It's been a wild couple days. I did manage to get everything out of the car and into the house with a little help from Miss RW. And let me show you what followed me home. Okay, this is the first box of tubes that followed me home. It's not in any order, but I figure I'd just show you some of this stuff. And as you can see here, looks like I've marketed the corner of 6K7Gs. I'm going to say that there's approximately 80 or so 6K7Gs, and just about every radio, regardless of manufacturer, seem to like using 6K7s. And most of these are G-balls. There's probably about 10 or so GTs. But that's okay. I mean, they'll find a radio home. And, oh, this is 6K6 GT. That must have been different. But like anything else, when you see me in an event and I have tubes that either like this or look like this, you know where they came from. And also, I'm probably going to take the time and run all these through a tester, or at least a tester anyway, to make sure that you're going to get a good tube. So I've got my work cut out for me. Okay, next on the tube parade here, got a big box of 24As. So it's like, you know the deal. Most older radios use 24As, so why not get in on that? I wasn't looking to buy 24As, but to be honest with you, for what they got auctioned off at, I think I got these for less than $10, so I couldn't say no to that. The two boxes are worth that. Okay, next I have, approximately, I'm going to say there's 7 rows of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 8s are what, 56? 56 42s. Well, there's some new ones here, and written on the box here, they're like new or good or whatever. Got this at a good price. I don't remember what I paid for everything, but you'll see the total number when I get through all this. So a lot of radios took 42s. Good to have around. So pick this one up. Okay, and got a mix of new and used. Total of 67 number 41 tubes, and just for grins and giggles, there's 4 more 42s on the side here. Didn't go for big money, and a lot of radios still use 41s and 42s. So that's why I kind of nabbed at the opportunity to grab these guys up. Okay, here's some 58s. 58s are not so common, but they are getting harder to find, and these went for a pretty reasonable price, so I grabbed these up. Now this tube lot is kind of strange. We have a lot of new old stock 35s. We've got some probably used 36s. But up here where I got my finger, I'm pointing up here in the upper corner, there was 7 35Z5s. There's a 37Z5 here, and then kind of draped in between all this area here are 35C5s, and then more 35C5s and 35EH5s, as well as a couple 35GL6 and the like. So that was kind of a worthwhile box of tubes to grab up, I thought. This was kind of an odd tube lot. There's a number of 36s right here, and there's kind of a mix of some TV. I think they're probably sweeps. 36 MC6 up here. There's some 36s here. There's a couple 36-volt miniatures. They're probably TV tubes there. But what attracted me to this lot was over here. Bunch of brand new old stock 35Z5 GTs. And most of you already know that's AA5, and that's the rectifier for a GT AA5. So got this for a pretty good deal. Here's another 35-volt filament tube lot here. toward the center here, it seems to be the majority of this particular box. Whole bunch of 35A5s, which is a octal. More 3551s. But a couple of cool things here. We got some 35B5s. And they were used in, I think, I know they went as some Emersons and some phonographs. And then more. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 18 35Z5 GTs, new and boxed. So it was a worthwhile one. And this didn't go for very much money either. Okay, you see this box here. I don't think I have to explain things if you see some of them numbers. There's over 150 L6 GTs in here. Somehow there's a couple 6R7s that kind of snuck into this box. I would say that at least half of these are brand new. The other half again. Everything's going to go through a tester. I even put the new ones through a tester to make sure that they're still good, because you never know from, in rare cases, handling or something, and something could go bad. So got a lot of these, and these were still pretty reasonable. This is kind of a cool tube lot here. It's not a full box, but what made this kind of cool and made me attracted to it was it's got a rather good mix of, you've got some GTAA5 tubes in here. You've got 12SA7. There's 12SK7s in here I saw, 12SQ7s. There's even a couple 12SN7 tubes in here. Good mix of that. And then over here you've got some 12AT7s, some 12AU7s, and then you got some miniature AA5 stuff. And there's even two kind of, these are actually nice. These are new old stock compactrons. 7C6 is it's like one of those multi-function tube. I forget, they do like 3 things in a radio. And these tubes are getting a little bit pricey if you buy them from a tube dealer. I won't tell you the number I'm going to sell them for if they're good. But nice small tube lot. I like this a lot. Now here's a couple tube lots that I was kind of searching for, and I got lucky and found them both. This one here on the right where my hand is, these are 01As. And I even got a 200A in here, which is cool. This one looks like it's a new old stock 201 in the original box. So I was lacking in 01As, which was kind of cool. There's even a UV 199, and there's a couple 200As in here. What is this one? There's another 01A. So I got some 200s and 01As. So this is kind of cool. I needed that. Now on the left here, this is something else I was looking for. These are getting harder to find, and I would say 2/3 of these are new old stock 5H3 GTs. Good Lord, Ed, I needed these, and I was so happy to find them. I was bidding against an audio guy that wanted these pretty bad, but he backed down and let me have them, and I'm grateful as hell, because quite frankly, I think I only had 1 or 2 sitting around in my couple thousand collection of tubes, so I was very, very happy to find that. Now, I saw this box when I was walking around before the auction got started, and it was kind of intriguing because it had this written on top, and it said rare tubes, and then a date of 1997, which was not really that long ago, but it's substantial. I guess 26 years ago, maybe. So, what's rare? I like my tubes well done, by the way. This rare or medium rare. Let's see how rare they are. So I open it up, and then, I got to turn them around. There's actually some cool tubes in here. So we've got 59. Here's a 59 Cunningham where my hand is. There's another one here. I guess he was trying to sell them and couldn't sell them for what he was asking for, and prices aren't all that unreasonable. Couple 6 AS7Gs, which, by the way, for audio people, that's a really overlooked tube. I think they're more popular, a lot more popular in Europe, But if you're looking to build a cool amplifier, nice audio amp, look at 6AS7s. That'd make a nice amp. A couple 5U4Gs, a couple big 47s, and I have lots of 47s, but 6L6G. So this, and let's see what's laying down here. Flip this around. It's 811. Oh, I didn't even know that. This thing's been laying down the whole time. So, okay. So they're not rare, but they're desirable. Okay, the next tube lot probably will go without any explanation. You saw the tray of 50 L6 GTs I bought. Well, hey, what if it's an AA6? Now what are you going to do? Well, you need a 35 L6 GT. Looks like, I don't know, maybe 2/3 to 3/4 of these are brand new. Still going to have to run through my tester and make sure they're all happy, so I'll have some of these to bring out too. Yes, indeed, I don't think I'm ever going to need another 35Z5 for the rest of my life. Unless someone comes up to me and buys a lot like I did here. A couple 35Z3s for good measure, or a couple 35Z4, which you hardly ever see. But just for the record, the difference between a 35Z5 and a 35Z4 is it doesn't have the tap for the dial light. So if you have an AA5 without a dial light, the two radio manufacturers would sneak in a 35Z4 instead of a 35Z5 because they were cheaper, whereas the 35Z5 has the 6-volt tap to run a number 47 bulb. And of course, some more 36s. I think we're gonna have a sale on 36s next Cutstown. Here's some more AA5 stuff with a couple of, like 25 L6s and 25 Z6s thrown in. Most of them look like they're new old stock. So this was a good lot to pick up. There's even a, this is kind of cool, this tube. 117 L7 GT. I forget if it's this tube or there was another 117 volt tube. You could literally build a one tube radio out of, because you have the rectifier on one side with the tube. Maybe it was the P7. It was either the L7 or the P7 that had a rectifier and a triode output, and it allowed you to make a one tube radio out of it. Maybe it was the P7. Still pretty cool tube lot here to pick up. Here's some new old stock AA5 stuff. We'll hold loose in this lot. Okay. Have I bored everybody to death with my tubes yet? All right, you could stop being bored now and look what I have here. 6 L6Gs. And I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 46 L6Gs. So, oh, I'm sorry. Here's a GC in the corner. Which is actually a higher, I think that's a higher current tube or something. It's a little bit better version of these, but I'll tell you what. Let's make all the guitar amp folks happy, So if you got your Marshall and you're looking for some of these, come see me. But again, I still not going to bring them out till I have them checked. I got to check them all. And then last but not least, a box of looks like about 70 or so. Oh, look at this. I didn't even see that. 12 AAG in the Zenith can. Oh, okay. Someone opened that up. I don't know how that got in there. But anyway, and that's it. Those are all the tubes that I bought. So I'm going to be well stocked when I start going out to events. All right, now I bought some non-tube things, and this is not even a radio. But this went reasonably cheap. I mean, there's a little bit of a wear mark here, by the where you eject the record here or change the record. But 45, I think it is 45 EY4. I forget the model number of this. I restored one of these mechanically for somebody last year, and I figured it'd be just fun to have one. I'll go through it and make it. I know what I have to do to get it to go. It's not very difficult. And I think if I had one of these playing at an event or something like that, someone might take interest on it. Boy, this cord, I just looked at this cord. I don't know how well you can see it. Let me see if I can zip into that a little bit. So, somebody plugged it in on crack and cracked the cord. So that was one of my fun buys. Now, I started to play with this yesterday because it didn't work. But first, let me show you what it is. I'm going to have to move some of this away. And I'll show you what the picture looks like in the box. That's what I bought. It's a 2-meter VHF FM HT. And it doesn't work. I had taken this battery pack apart, and this was full of degraded, nasty batteries. So let me see if I can get this apart. I've already taken it apart, and I have 6 AA. They had 6 AA regular batteries in it, but this was all full of leakage and everything. So I took this all apart, cleaned it, put it back together, let it dry, and then I put in these 6 Energizer NiCads here. So they're going to go back in the radio, but the radio doesn't work right now. And the reason is, and I had to do some looking on the web. If you see this battery right here where my finger is, don't use your finger. I think that is the original memory battery, because after I got the battery pack done and put it in the radio, and you see the picture here where this display is, I kept getting ERR01, error 1. And since, although this is nice, I have the original box, and I dig the hot chick holding it. I love this illustration here. Got that 70s hair going on, and she's calling for help. Hey, I'm calling for you guys. I need help. Well, if she had this walkie-talkie, she would have been in trouble, because this thing ain't working right now. So I found a guy selling these batteries on eBay. It's a 3-volt lithium battery, and when it gets here, I'll solder in the new one, put this back together, and hopefully I can get past the error 01. I think you have to hit, on this picture, you have to hit this clear button and then the memory clear button simultaneously, and then turn the power switch on, and hopefully it'll clear that out, and I'll be able to actually put in some frequencies and some PLs and fire this guy up, and I'll have a kind of a nice alternative to a Baofeng. And some of these are on eBay, well, eBay is eBay, but I'm sure that's still selling for like, 60, 70 bucks as compared to a Baofeng that's kind of, if you're not in the code, it's kind of hard to get around and, negotiate those kind of things sometimes. So I figured this would be a nice event for, I'm at the Hamfest or whatever. So that was radio number 2. Okay. The next radio item is, you're looking at a Zenith radio, and you might be saying to yourself, now I have this up on my bench right now, and almost looks like one of those, Zenith made these children's consoles that are real short, not too tall, but this is actually a chairside. I actually have this laying around. This was meant to be tilted over 45 degrees, and it's really cool. It's a transformer set, it's 5-tube. And it's got the broadcast band, as you see here on the bottom. And on the top, shortwave band, 5.5 to about 8, a little over 18 megs. It's got the volume on and off switch. This is the tuning. The tuning just turns just fine. This switch here is for broadcast, shortwave, and tone. So you've got a band and an audio portion, either high tone or low tone, and for each band for this knob here. So it's a 4-position switch. And this radio was completely redone, the guts. And it needs to be refinished. It's got scratches and nastiness all over the place. And I was tickled pink. I went and I put this on my Variac yesterday. Came up and it works great.
$400 million in cash, even for a billionaire, isn't something that's easy to come by. You have to liquidate things and move cash around.
As you can see, it's playing and it's working okay. I panicked. I thought I heard something going wrong in the back, but it was just everything warming up. I'm sure this radio probably sat for a while. There you go. Now you can see the dial a little bit better with the light on it. I put an outside antenna on it too to just give it a little more help.
It's going to be a difficult thing. You look like a dope. I don't think you'll be very good at all. You know that.
It's getting a little bit of crap from my lights here. So I go to see if I can find something on shortwave. This time of day things are going to be. This is like what is it? 1:30 in the afternoon. So we are getting some reception on shortwave. So anyway, better antenna would probably help that along. So working radio, and this was I don't remember the number, but it was way under $100. So I may just keep this and refinish it. I don't know yet, but at the very least, I'll probably pull the chassis out, replace the dial light that's out on that side. So that's not a big deal. And then maybe just take a look at the underneath and make sure that I'm sure that the work is probably done right from who this came from, but I'll double check it. Okay, boys and girls, this is the last item that followed me home. I don't remember the exact model number of this, because usually the model number coordinated the tube count, which is usually the first two numbers. In this case, this is a 12 tube shutter dial. As you can see, these are all the correct wooden Z-knobs on here. The radio came with extra grill cloth, which I have. I don't know if I lifted it in this radio or I put it. I think I put it away somewhere. So I have an extra swath of grill cloth for this thing. And right now, it was supposedly a working console. I went to check it, and there's an issue. It's probably with the line cord or something loosened up. It just would not power up. So I'm not that worried about it. John said I talked to John on the phone today. He called me up and he said he had it running for hours and it played just fine. He says it might need an alignment or a tune-up, but it was already a working chassis, and there was before he put it on there, someone took I guess it was with John, with somebody I know with the club. They took pictures of it and had some really nice capacitors on the bottom of it. So I'm not that concerned about it. I'm sure it probably works. I wasn't looking for this, but this went for an insanely low number, and I'm not going to divulge what the number was, just out of respect for John and Darren. And you know, you could find bargains like this. I wasn't looking to bring this home. I was not. I saw this on the web, and I said, someone's going to spend at least $500 on this thing and take it home. It didn't go anywhere near that number. So I'm proud to say I have it now, and this will get worked on eventually. I'm gonna probably, with the warmer weather now coming, I could spend some more time and do some more work down here, because this house is an older house. This is a pre-war house from the 30s, I would imagine, and it gets cold down here. When it's 20 degrees outside, it's probably 45 degrees down here. It gets pretty chilly. So anyway, that's everything I brought home, and here's the grand total. Look on the lower portion of your screen. Thanks for coming. Hey, please don't forget to give me a like. That kind of gives the Google folks some algorithms to go gaga over, and plus I get a small stipend from Google at the end of the year for making all these fun videos. And emphasis on small, but I don't make videos every day either. I've got life things that get in the way. So thanks for watching. Bye.